So good afternoon, welcome to 12 Apostle Helicopters. My name's Andrew, I'll be taking you on your flight. This is our internal camera there, so that's you guys on the screen. Good afternoon. Okay, so you ready to go? Yep. Right, I'll pop it on the tail camera here, we'll wind it up and make our departure. It is very beautiful up there this afternoon.
Great.
Turned out to be an amazing day.
Like
Away we go. So guys, we'll cut out across the coast here on our way to 500 feet. And as you can see off to the left, you can see some of the apostles. We're going to split them as we come out across the coast. There'll be two out left and right. But when we come back from Port Campbell, we'll come all the way down to that eastern end. And you won't miss a single one. So we get a nice close-up view of the one just down to our right as we come around. Got a bit of silver colouring on the ocean from the overhead clouds. When we come back, the sun will be behind us and you'll see the water is very clear and it's actually very, very blue at the moment. Now the last of the official apostle section is on our right. The big thick one there being the end. These next three rocks you can see, we have the two sisters. The sister on the right, her head fell off. And then we have the salt and pepper shakers at the back there.
do you enjoy flying like this every day?
I certainly do. Now off to the right we'll see a whole section of deep little coves. One of them will have a nice sandy beach at the back. It's called Lockhart Gorge. It's just below the car park there. The Lockhart ran aground on the tip of the island that's coming alongside of us now, back in 1878, and the two survivors from it got washed into the narrow opening to that gorge. They were very, very lucky. We'll see on return just how lucky they were when we're looking sort of straight into the gorge. Making our way around Broken Head here.
What is absolutely awesome.
Yeah. Now this rock off to the right with the hole in the bottom, you can just see the light shining through it there. They say that resembles a baker's oven and they call that one the baker's oven for that reason. Obviously I don't make the names up of these rocks. It is quite a large rock. We're at 500 feet. It's sort of hard to tell the scale of the cliffs along here as we do. But if you have a look on the Great Ocean Road as we come along, you'll probably see some cars giving you an idea just how big the cliffs are.
Oh my goodness.
Now this rock up ahead is the tallest one along the coast here. It stands 75 metres above the water and they call it Sentinel Rock. If you have a look at the coloured markings on it, or the horizontal layers of rock there, you'll see that they match directly back to the cliff. At some stage in the last million years or so, all of the rocks along here, including the apostles, were part of the coastline. It's the erosion from the waves and the wind and rain eats away at the coast, and these parts that get left behind standing like this tend to have very, very hard limestone bases, or very dense limestone bases, which means that they erode at a much slower rate, which is how they end up standing in the ocean like this for an extra million years or so. The rooftops you can see up ahead are the rooftops of Port Campbell, one of the quiet little coastal towns along the Great Ocean Road. We tend to get very busy this time of year because we get a lot of good weather like this. Right up in the distance is Point Hess. On the point further back you can just see the archway there.
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful.
Now we're going to... What's that?
I can't believe it.
Yeah, we're going to climb up here and head back for the apostles. I'll pop it on the internal camera as we do.
Yep. It's just so surreal.
We'll make our way around. How are you going so far? Good flight? Yeah,
Oh,
not bad, not bad.
I can't even believe that I'm here right now.
We'll make our way all the way around here.
We'll make for some good pictures for my media project.
Certainly will.
Oh,
With the sun behind us now, you'll see the water's ultra blue.
oh, it's fantastic.
Make our way back across the coast. You can see the apostles lining up down the coast, sort of back where we took off.
Are we
So
going to be able to take some pictures?
we certainly are. We're going to fly all the way back alongside them, all the way around the eastern end of them. You get an amazing shot back towards the sun with them all lined up down the beach at the other end. Now the little opening here is called Horseshoe Cove. It's one of the sites along the coast where the penguins tend to hang out. Usually early morning or late evenings around sort of sunset. You can see them coming up and down the beach in there, but you can also see them down at the Apostles Beach as well. From the lookout you'll see them come up the coast or come up the beach in groups. See a couple of other undercut sections here. The waves tend to be a very prominent form of erosion here. They hammer the cliffs every day for thousands to millions of years, hollowing out those little softer sections, making the undercut parts, and eventually those overhanging sections can become heavy and unstable and drop away into the sea, which is how the cliff edges along here stay so sheer. Some of the other ones like this one here may eventually form an archway or another unique formation. One of our most unique formations is as we come back alongside the Muttonbird Island here, you'll see it's actually shaped like a seahorse, this green-topped one here. You can also see a whole bunch of the walking trails on the top of the cliff lines there that bring you out to some of the viewing points. Definitely like a seahorse there, yeah?
Yep.
Now Lockhart Gorge, where the two survivors got washed in, is just that narrow opening to the beach there at the back.
Oh. Looks like a lovely beach.
It is, it's a very popular spot. It tends to be very protected from the waves and the wind on most days. Now here we come back to the Apostle section. It starts at this sort of point here and runs through to the lookout. If you wanted to count them in this direction, the big thick one there would be the first one. A little short stack in the back of the cove, number 2. The number 3, the tall pointed one here.
Yeah.
We have number 4, 5, 6 and 7. 7 being the little short stack next to the beach.
Aww.
Then number 8 is the big one on this side of the lookout. In between the big one and the smaller one, you'll see some rocks just scattered in the shoreline. That's the one that fell down back in 2005. It used to be quite big, but since falling over, the ocean's made fast work of demolishing the softer parts of it.
Yeah.
Now the two rocks on the other side of the lookout here, they're not technically part of the Apostles. They refer to them as Gog and Magog. Not sure the exact significance. It's lost somewhere in the history how the names were thought up. You can get down onto this beach via Gibson Steps, which is where all those people are at the bottom, below the car park. We'll cut across here in a second.
Oh, they're so small.
Right down there is Moonlight Head. If you carried on in that direction, you'd end up in Melbourne eventually after Cape Otway Lighthouse. We'll cut across the coast here. So as we come around, you'll get a nice shot out the left-hand side for most of this
that's absolutely
section around, with the Apostles lined up with the Great Ocean Road running along next to them.
Don't get any chances in life to see.
You're right there, very right. Especially on a day like today, it's sort of hard to tell from the ground what it's going to be like. A lot of people don't realise that you are looking down to the water and the coast, and even on an overcast day it presents a pretty spectacular sight. So as the Apostles sink back below the cliffs there, we'll make our way back into the helipad.
That's her first time flying. I asked her if she wants to fly with me because I got about 150 hours of flight. With a fixed wing, you know, but her mother wasn't very comfortable with
not at all.
me flying her.
Nope. Oh, the cows look like little toys.
Yep. They don't tend to be bothered by the helicopters much these days.
Got used.
They're coming in and out every day, so they sort of ignore us. I'll pop it on the ground across here and the guys will come and let you out.
Alright.
You guys can enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Driving back home.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful afternoon for a drive.
Yep.
Alright, that's us down. I wanted onto the internal camera there. Thank you very much for flying with us, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Perfect. You can pop your headsets just on the hooks up here, and you can release your seatbelts. Grab that for you. Bye-bye. Oh, they'll come around and let you out, sir, so just remain there, please.